In the last video, I told you that the moment you stop chasing, everything changes. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. Not in theory, not as a concept, but the actual sequence of events that happens inside your ex's mind the moment they realize you've genuinely stopped. Because it doesn't happen the way most people think. It's not dramatic. It's not a phone call at midnight. It's not a long apology text. It's quieter than that, and more powerful than anything you could have said or done. This is what you're working toward. The first thing your ex notices isn't that you stopped texting. It's the absence of something they didn't realize they were tracking. See, when you were chasing, your ex had a constant low-level awareness of your presence, your name appearing on their phone, your profile at the top of their story views, the notifications they'd ignore but still register. You were background noise in their life, persistent, predictable, always there. And then one day, you're not. No text that morning, no story view, no late-night message. They don't think much of it at first. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you're giving them space. But by day 3 or 4 of genuine silence, something shifts. The background noise is gone, and the quiet where you used to be is louder than your messages ever were. This is the first crack. Not a dramatic realization, just a question that surfaces almost involuntarily. Why haven't they reached out? That question leads directly to the next behavior. They check your profile. Not once, multiple times, more than they'd ever admit. They're looking for information. Are you okay? Are you moving on? Are you with someone? Do you seem different? What they're really asking, underneath all of that, is whether you're okay without them. And here's where your behavior during no contact becomes the most important variable. If your profile shows someone who is visibly struggling, sad posts, vague song lyrics, the kind of content that signals pain, your ex feels one of two things: guilt, which doesn't lead to attraction, or relief, that you need them, which confirms their decision. Neither of those moves the needle. But if your profile shows someone who is quietly living, not performing happiness, not obviously trying to look unbothered, just genuinely existing and moving, that creates something different: curiosity, and a very specific kind of uncertainty that your ex's mind will not be able to let go of. Are they actually okay? Did they move on faster than I expected? Do they even want me back anymore? That uncertainty is worth more than any message you can send. Once the curiosity starts, it doesn't stop on its own. The human mind is not built to sit comfortably with open questions about people it has attachment to. So your ex starts to spiral, quietly, privately, through a series of thoughts that escalate in intensity the longer your silence continues. It starts with mild curiosity, then moves to active wondering. Then, and this is the turning point, it reaches something that feels uncomfortably close to missing you. Not the relationship necessarily, not even you specifically at first. It's the specific things, the way you made them feel, the dynamic that only existed between you two, the version of themselves they were when they were with you. Those things don't transfer to someone new. They don't fade with distractions. They sit in the memory and surface at the quietest moments, driving alone, late at night, in the middle of something completely unrelated. And every time they surface, your ex has to make a choice: acknowledge what they're feeling, or push it back down. Most people push it back down for a while, but it keeps coming back. And each time it comes back a little stronger. At some point, and the timing varies for everyone, the doubt and the missing build to a point where your ex feels the impulse to reach out. This is the moment everyone in no contact is hoping for. But I need you to understand something about this moment before it happens to you. It's rarely going to feel like the grand gesture you've been imagining. They're not going to call you and pour their heart out. They're not going to send a long message saying exactly what you needed to hear. It's going to be small, casual, Almost throwaway. A meme. A memory. Hey, this reminded me of you. A question they definitely know the answer to. A hey, how are you that took them 20 minutes to word. That small reach out is the most significant thing they've done since the breakup. Because for them, sending that message was an enormous internal decision. They talked themselves out of it 10 times. They typed it and deleted it. They wondered what it means that they want to send it at all. And then they sent it. What you do next is everything. This is the moment most people undo all their progress. They've done the hard work. They've held the silence. They've let the process build. And then the text comes in, and the relief is so overwhelming that they respond with everything. The warmth, the openness, the I've been thinking about you too, the immediate availability. And just like that, the tension collapses. The uncertainty your ex was feeling, the curiosity, the doubt, the wondering, dissolves instantly. Because you've answered the question they were sitting with. Yes, I'm still here. Yes, I still want you. Yes, nothing has changed. And with that answer, the dynamic resets to exactly what it was before. You available, them comfortable, nothing at stake. So what do instead? You respond, but not immediately. Wait, not days, but not within 60 seconds either. An hour or two sends a quiet message that you have a life that doesn't pause when they appear. You respond warmly, but briefly. Match their energy exactly. They sent something casual. You respond casually. Not cold, not distant, just measured. You do not bring up the relationship. You do not ask what this means. You do not perform happiness or indifference. Just be, calmly, genuinely, the version of yourself that has been doing the work. That response will do more in 3 lines than a paragraph ever could. Want to be honest with you about what this moment is and isn't. One reach out doesn't mean they're ready to come back. It doesn't mean the work is done. It doesn't mean everything is resolved. It means the process is working. It means the silence did what silence does. It means your absence created weight. It means they're thinking about you in a way they probably weren't a few weeks ago. That's significant. But it's a beginning, not an ending. What comes after that first reach out depends almost entirely on who you've become during the no-contact period. If you've used the time well, if you've genuinely worked on yourself, rebuilt your sense of self, stopped making their decision the center of your universe, then you show up to that conversation as someone different, someone grounded, someone they have to recalibrate for. And that recalibration is where real change becomes possible, not just getting them back, but creating something that actually works this time. That's the real goal. Not the text, not the reach out. The person you've become by the time it arrives. The moment your ex realizes you've stopped chasing, it's not the finish line. It's the starting gun for the most important work. Becoming someone who doesn't need the outcome to feel whole. Subscribe, new video every single day, and drop a comment below. Has your ex reached out during no contact, and how did you handle it? I want to know. I read every single one. I'll see you tomorrow.